to Andrew J. McFiles. Heed Destiny's call. You, sir, are the last living scion of Clan McFiles. Beast of Death has taken the 12th Earl. Now his soul is free. Let this be clear. No stone was left unturned to find you, for to you and yours alone go Castle McFiles, its lands, and all that it will bring. Look within you. The brave heart slays all doubt, and return at once to Scotland to win your legacy. Let he who doubts these words be cursed unto eternity. Signed, Angus McNabb, Solicitor. The 13th Earl of McFiles. It has a nice ring to it. What do they call him, Mrs. Earl?
I don't know, Paula. I just want to get there before this storm hits. What I want to know is, what does "and all that it will bring" mean?
Money, of course. More money than you and I could ever dream of. We could get married and live happily ever after.
Out here? Look at this place. It's the end of the earth.
Maybe we're lost.
I've got a bad feeling about this. A really bad feeling. I quit my job and gave up a perfectly good rent control apartment. For what? I want to go home.
Wait, stop. There's someone in the road. Let's ask for directions.
It's some kind of serial killer hitchhiker, Paula. Lock your door.
He's not a hitchhiker. He's a sheep herder. Roll down your window.
Are you serious? A desperate man, a frightened sheep, a deserted road. Need I say more?
Oh, stop. Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you a question?
My fingers wet, my fingers dry. God strike me dead if I tell a lie.
I really don't like this.
We're looking for Castle McFiles. The last sign...
Which was somewhere back in civilization?
The last sign said it was this way.
The sign was right, lassie. It's just past the crook in the road, but I wouldn't go there if I were you. No one set foot in Castle McFiles and lived to tell about it. Certainly not in my lifetime.
That's it. We're out of here.
He was just joking, weren't you?
A man never jokes about ghoulies and ghosties and long-legged beasties.
I've heard enough.
Oh, come on, Andrew. Don't be such a... I wonder where he went.
Who cares?
What are you doing?
Finding a turnaround. We'll head back to Glasgow, buy some plaid souvenirs, a bottle of scotch, and catch the next plane home.
Andrew, you're being a wimp again.
May I remind you, I come from a long line of wimps. Very happy old wimps.
Well, that's all going to change. When you take your rightful place as the 13th Earl of...
Did you see that?
Isn't it wonderful?
What? Paula, are you...
We're home! I just love the sound of bagpipes.
Good evening, Master McFiles.
Who are you?
We've been expecting you.
We? Who's we?
Permit me to introduce your staff, Mrs. Dimwitty, the cook.
The old lord, did you know? God rest his spirit and all the travellers that passed before him.
Travelers? Like us?
Dead souls all around us, whispering words of wisdom, words etched in stone.
And Fergus, the handyman.
It takes the bags and it cleans the floors. Just call on me to open the doors.
Nice to meet you, Fergus.
The pleasure's mine. You've travelled far. Give me the keys, I'll back the car.
I wouldn't...
I raced to Dundee, late for 300 miles. But see the mark of the McFiles.
Mark? What mark?
Pay no attention. Fergus had an unfortunate crash at Indianapolis. Head injuries, you know.
But I'd like to know what he's talking about.
And permit me to introduce myself. I'm Mirthley, your butler. Fergus will take your bags and put them in the tower room.
I'll pack the car first.
Please, my lord. Will you enter?
Paula, maybe we should talk about this a little more. We could check into a motel, go to a bar, have a few thousand drinks, pass out tomorrow. This will all be a bad dream.
It's time for playing. Are you coming or staying?
Up the main stairs and across the hall is the Tartan room. This chamber is the pride of Castle MacPhail's, displayed for the viewer's satisfaction and pleasure on numerous kilts. There is an interesting story behind these fine fillabegs. Sir Thomas MacPhail's was an eccentric golfer. Whenever he played a round with someone, he wagered the MacPhail's tartan against his opponent's clan colours. Sir Thomas literally beat the skirts off the poor duffers. These proud plaids now hang from the walls of the Tartan room like the skins of exotic beasts. Please, absolutely no tartan touching. Play the links with sheep droppings the way the ancient shepherds did. £2 sixpence per round, open Tuesday through Saturday. Every 5 years, the village of Sleepbane turns out for the annual Festival of Haggis held at Castle MacPhail's, inclement weather notwithstanding. Haggis are released into the wild, and the townsfolk take turns chasing them across the moors, shouting, "My heart's in the Highlands, a-chasing the haggis." It is a lovely sight, and not one to be missed. Displaying the great hall of the castle is the Lost Bear. This giant grizzly escaped from a travelling circus. It terrorised the countryside before Buffalo MacPhail's, the small game hunter, tracked it down. Instead of shooting the beast, Buffalo turned and ran. The bear gave chase, stumbled onto the motorway, and was struck dead by a Glenfiddich lorry. Several famous Scottish dances were invented in this room, including the Highland Shuffle, the Sheep Dip, and the Safety Dance. The Coward's Fling was inspired by the capers of Malcolm MacPhail's. The dance's upraised arms mimic Malcolm fleeing in terror from an enemy after having thrown down his sword. Just so you know, the Coward's Fling is not a popular dance at Castle MacPhail's, nor is it acknowledged by the clan. The chapel was built by Alan the Meek MacPhail's in 1542, and thanks to God for protecting him as he fled from the Battle of Solway Moss, where James V and his army of Scotsmen were slaughtered by the English. The chapel is one of the most beautiful examples of stained glass art in the area. Depicted in the scene is the legendary event of St. George slaying the dragon. Several people over the years claim to have heard an angel singing in the chapel. The angel's voice has been described as sweet and haunting. Another legend tells that the heart of Robert the Bruce's second cousin, twice removed, is buried under the chapel in a nice leather pouch with tassels. Although the castle has played no significant part in history whatsoever, it has had its share of interesting visitors. The Scottish bard Robert Burns spent a night here on his travels and was inspired to write one of his lesser-known works, Here is a Wretched Place to Die. Mary, Queen of Scots, the doomed beauty, reluctantly stayed here for a weekend whilst on the run from Scottish rebels. There is a reference to the castle in Mary's famous casket letters in which she writes, "My room had a musty smell, like cheese trapped in a sock." While Sir Walter Scott never actually visited the castle, he knew of it by reputation. He used the castle as a setting for his novel, The Lay of the Lily-Livered Shy Cock. The Roman historian Tacitus described how his father-in-law, Agricola, defeated an army of red-haired men at the Battle of Mons Grappus. Tacitus wrote disdainfully about one particular red-haired man. After the battle, the Roman soldiers went in search of men who had fled the field. They found one in a barn, hiding under a sheepskin, bleating like an idiot. He called himself Finn MacPhailus. He was brought before Agricola in his animal costume, and so amused my father-in-law with his sheep's antics that Agricola spared his life. King Arthur vanquished the Scots at the Battle of Loch Lomond. The Scots begged for mercy. One particular Scot, William the Waning MacPhails, cried like a little lost child. Arthur was so saddened by William's anguish that he began to weep himself. He felt such pity for the Scots that he let him go free. William Wallace crushed the English in a stunning victory. Unfortunately, all the MacPhails took a wrong turn on their way to the battle. They got stuck in a marsh where they misplaced several nice dirks, scratched their shins in the brambles, and made a mess of their filipigs. William Wallace was routed by the English in a stunning defeat. Fortunately, all the MacPhails were still stuck in the marsh. Robert the Bruce vanquished Edward II. Gordon the Gout MacPhails made a fool of himself by accidentally retreating with the English army. David II, son of Robert the Bruce, was beaten and taken at the Battle of Neville's Cross. Kyle the Bleater MacPhails eluded capture by dressing up as a sheep. Unlike his ancestor, who was caught in sheep's garb by the Romans, Kyle had been practicing to be a sheep since childhood and was quite good at it. James IV and his army were slaughtered by a superior force of Englishmen. Angus the Hairy MacPhails attempted to escape the English by dressing up as a sheep. Unfortunately, he had so perfected the family art of sheep acting that the English soldiers truly believed he was mutton. They killed, roasted, and ate him for dinner. James V was trounced by Henry VIII's army. James died of a nervous breakdown a few days later. Alan the Meek MacPhails eluded capture by retreating the day before the battle even started. Bonnie Prince Charlie's army was smashed by the English. Charlie fled into exile with a £30,000 price on his head. Ian the Cringer MacPhails fled into exile right behind Bonnie Prince Charlie, but Charlie kept shooing him away. The Allied army of British, Dutch, Belgian and German units met the Emperor Napoleon and his French legions at the Battle of Waterloo in Belgium. Stuart Wendy MacPhails, bagpiper with the 93rd Sutherland Highlanders, was so terrified at the sight of the attacking French troops that he bit the mouthpiece off his bagpipe and swallowed it whole. It lodged in his throat like a stale bannock and would have choked him to death had not a kindly Frenchman stomped on his sternum. The force of the blow popped the mouthpiece out of Stuart's gullet and sent it into the air like a champagne cork. Antelope MacPhails, son of the small game hunter Buffalo MacPhails, spent a year in France with the 8th Black Watch. His battalion was stationed at the Somme in France. After a terrible bombardment, Antelope went crazy with shell shock and had to be sent to a mental institution. Army medical records state, Sergeant MacPhails is convinced that he is a farmyard animal, quite possibly a goat or a sheep. He is terrified that the hospital staff is going to shear his fine woolly coat. He refuses to take any nourishment other than grass, which causes him to be sick all over his cell. After the war was over, Antelope recovered from his madness. He moved to Finland, where he opened a ladies' hat shop. Antelope's hat shop unfortunately did not succeed. He moved back to Scotland just in time to make the next war. Antelope was drafted into the army, where he spent the next 6 years trying his best not to be killed. Sir Walter Scott started out his career as a barrister. His law partner, Dickie Burman MacPhails, teased Scott that he would never make it as a lawyer because he was neither sneaky nor dull enough for the job. He suggested that Scott write one of those silly little stories about knights you're always talking about. John Paul, a cabin boy on a ship in the West Indies, was captured by the pirate Captain Hugh MacPhails. The grizzled MacPhails took a liking to the young Scot and taught him the ropes. as they say. Captain Hugh told John Paul that if he ever wanted to be famous, he'd need a flashier name. John Paul suggested John Paul the Grimbeard. Captain Hugh, in a moment of brilliant inspiration, replied, "How about John Paul Jones?" Thus was born a legend. Selkirk was on a voyage in the Pacific when he got into an argument with his captain, Hamish McPhails. Selkirk made cruel remarks about the captain's ancestry and did a mocking rendition of the coward's fling on the poop deck. Hamish McPhails, in a fit of rage, marooned Selkirk on a desolate island. Stevenson started out his career as an engineer. After almost being crushed to death by a shoddily designed bridge devised by one Waldo McPhails, Stevenson decided to try his hand at writing. These amazing inventions were actually developed by Stuart the Clever McPhails in his laboratory at Castle McPhails. Stuart accidentally used his designs as gift wrap for a birthday present he sent to his old boarding school chum, Alexander the Weasel Bell. Bell swiped them faster than you can say dirty filcher. In 1868, John Muir went on a safari with Buffalo McPhails. The small game hunter's disrespect for nature so angered Muir that he decided to become a naturalist. Bagpipes were used to lead Highlanders to battle and strike terror into the hearts of the enemy. They also played great dancing music. Ring, ring. a fine portrait of the laddie Graham who went on to establish Clan McTeabite with Robert McLanders. What's shaky and yellow and not to be seen? The McPhails in battle, of course.
Wouldn't this be a lovely place for a wedding reception, Andrew? Are these all Andrew's relatives?
Aye, that's the old laird's father, and his father's father, and his father's father's father. I could go farther.
That's okay. What about this one?
12 eyes against every malice.
Did you hear that?
12 eyes against every envy.
Hear what?
12 eyes against every purpose.
That?
12 eyes against every hope.
Where?
12 eyes against every eye.
There.
12 eyes against every intent.
Magnus Og requires a bow.
Pow, Paula.
Bow? What for?
Magnus Og requires it.
Bow to a picture? Don't be ridiculous.
Not the painting, the go. The gargoyle.
Ew!
Hide it fast in the Hebrides, under the water and over the sea. Bury it deep for all to see.
Bury what?
I cannot remember. I did my duty, now it's your turn.
Duty to what?
Under the water and over the sea. Bury it deep for all to see.
You said that before.
And I'll say it again. Under the water and over the sea.
Bury it deep for all to see.
Andrew, did you write that yourself?
No, I...
Good. It's so juvenile.
Pickle me herring. We've reached the dining room. Have you the key?
Sit down and eat before the soup gets cold. Hold it. Bless the meat, damn the skin, open your mouth and cram it in.
Charming.
Smells delicious. What is it?
Colin skink. 'Tis a traditional Scottish fish soup.
Oh, my God.
Don't worry, honey. I came prepared. The right condiment will make anything edible. Not bad.
I'll grab a bite later.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the vicar.
Oh, do you do weddings?
I didn't expect a dinner guest on our first night.
I thought I should come on your first night, because it'll probably be your last.
Very funny.
I'm not joking, miss. This castle stands like the Black Watch, guarding a precious secret.
Secret? You mean like a treasure?
Oh, most certainly a treasure.
Oh, Andrew, I told you so. Isn't this exciting?
Remember, all that glisters is not gold, and them that haunts it ends up cold.
So why aren't you afraid?
I'm not a McFiles. Pass the haggis, will you? The McFiles, you see, are the only ones who need to fear. They bear the mark of destiny. Thanks. It's their fate. Oh!
What? What did I do?
I've seen it with me own eye! I've seen it!
Seen what? Is there something in my teeth? Andrew, do I have spinach in my teeth?
When 6 and 6 make 13, as it was foretold of old, 'tis the sign! The sign! Ah!
I'm sure vicars do weddings, don't they?
Who knows, Paula? I'm just glad he's gone.
Oh, darn. My soup's cold.
I'll go get Mrs. Dimwitty to reheat it. Maybe she can make me a sandwich.
When you're moving a plate, you'll soon discover that a move's not finished till you pick up another. me bagpipes, the door is locked. Where is your key?
Mrs. Dimwitty?
Call me Gram, dearie. Gram Gracel.
Our Cullen skink soup is cold.
Bring it over here. Gram's got some boils on.
Oh, yes, I see. Oils.
It's the Black Death. Don't tell a soul, lovey. They'll skin me alive. I should have stepped forward. I know. But I lost me nerve. All us McFiles do. Soup's on.
Which of ye is touched by the Black Death? Bring him out! Thou must die to save us all!
I couldn't do it. So I stole the cook's clothes and hid in the kitchen. Imagine the lady of the house playing the cunning wench to save her wretched skin. Oh, the shame. The shame.
Will ye not obey your king? Then be damned to hell, the lot of you!
Generation gone. Here you are, dearie. Hot Cullen skink.
Thanks, but I think we'll skip the skink today. Ew. Ick. Yuck. Ugh.
I guess we've reached the door. Hold on, Andrew, want to see more? I opens the portals, but keys have not. 'Tis you, nae me, the keys has got.
punch anyone? It'll make you feel fit as a tiddly and ready to wink.
I'd love some, thanks. What a wonderfully sweet face.
Aye, that be Dame Jeanette. Tried to poison King James V. Oh, they burned her for a witch.
Was she a McFiles?
Aye, she has the mark.
Mark?
Did she really try to poison the king?
But she lost her nerve. Makes the probe I couldn't follow through. Oh, there went the family's reputation up in flames. Hell.
Fire!
Me shanter. It's locked. You have the key.
Paula, I have to say it. This place gives me the creeps.
It's a castle. Can take a little getting used to. Once you've been here for a few months.
A few months? I say we stay the night, collect our millions, and...
Well, the beastie's claws reached far and wee. It followed me across the sea. I couldn't answer destiny's call, for I was only 3 feet tall.
I say we leave now.
To kill the pain, drink kegs of rum. To kill the curse, you canna run.
Wanna bet?
Coward! You'll ne'er sail with Captain Hugh. But ye look like ye could read the winds.
This is called the McPhail's Cup. It's a priceless artifact. You can't drink out of it though, 'cause it's all leaky. This cup is proof that the McPhails invented the famous dribble goblet.
The Royal Navy. It's nae just a job, it's an adventure.
Toss me caber! The door is locked. Have you the key?
Tower bedroom, huh? Not much of a view.
The windows had to be small to prevent escape.
The McFiles were afraid their guests would escape?
No, they're prisoners. Quite a few famous ones, too. William Wallace, Mary, Queen of Scots, the Marquis of Montrose, even Bonnie Prince Charlie herself. They left messages right here, carved in the walls. See?
What do they say?
It's awfully steamy in here. There.
I just want to go to sleep and wake up from this nightmare. What is this, Holiday Inn? Correct that. Holiday Inn. Scariot Hotel or Skeleton Inn. Riot Regency. Oh, Coward Johnson's.
Andrew McFiles.
Possibly.
Look on me and see, Andrew McFiles.
Paula, could you come in here a minute?
Do not be deceived by this hammer's tin. There's armor without, but treasures within.
Okay, well, thanks for the tip. I'll pass it on to...
The crumbling walls of this dismal keep hide a treasure that's buried very deep.
Treasure? In this old place?
What do you see when you look on me?
A guy in rusty armor. With a 400-year-old case of jock itch.
Do not be fooled by what you see. Wow!
Something the matter, Andrew?
No, Paula. Finish your bath.
Rohez received the call of destiny. Rohez touched the gold but did not see.
Andrew, what is going on here?
Paula, meet, Rohez, is it?
What's she doing in our room?
Come, Andrew, in thine hand shall destiny fall.
Andrew?
Paula, when did you get here?
Andrew!
Thou hast the power. Take the path that is thine, and behold, you shall know the love that is mine.
Let go of my fiancé!
Well, we haven't really set the date.
Andrew!
In lightness or in dark, Lord Andrew dost have the mark.
What mark?
Mine own Lord McFiles fled the English host. Rohez alone did stand her post. I donned his armour, took his name. My life was lost to hide his shame. Oh, cursed dragon, dost thou come again? Oh, cursed dragon, Mark Scotland's bane! Ah!
You shrieked, sir?
Shrieked? Of course I shrieked! I need a new room! Grab the bags!
Rightio.
Andrew!
Quilt be killed, it's the Tartan room. You'll need a key.
Four!
Doc!
Oh, that puts me in a bad scrape. While I figure how to get out, I'll tell you a story.
Is it a ghost story? I've had enough of those.
This is the story of a lost cause and the family that helped to lose it. Four!
The McFiles?
All a bunch of duffers. Never up, never in.
What's that got to do with me?
It's your turn. Take your mashy niblick and play through.
Paula, look. An old club. Paula? Paula?
All duffers. The lot of them. And what about ye? How about a few holes? But we have to play the old-fashioned way, the original way, the Scottish way, with sheep droppings for balls. Four!
Alone in the middle, just me and the flock. The lengthening shadows are me only clock. The life of a shepherd is lonely and sad, but sheep as companions are not all that bad.
That shot was really bad. That shot was really bad. That shot was really bad. That shot was really bad. That shot was really... That shot was... That shot was really bad. Ah! Hope you brought another dropping. Ah! Hope you brought another dropping. Ah! Hope you brought another dropping. Was that a sheep?
golf club is called a Mashy Niblick. It's a 7-iron. Remember, when you're about to swing your club to call out 4! That way the duffer standing on the fairway will know when to get out of the way. This is a kilt. In Scotland, it's also called a fillibeg. It's a fun word to say. Give it a try. Fillibeg. 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 Though compelled to accept the breeches as our dress, hateful to us is the fashion by which our legs are now constrained. Heretofore we moved boldly and direct with our belted plaids. Alas, we are now disgraced. Since we have appeared in this detested garb, we can scarce recognize each other at feast or fair. Our smartness and our picturesque appearance are now gone. Alas, how unfit is the dress for ascending our mountains and coming down from the heights? We are like slaves, disarmed and humbled, without dirks, guns, swords, crossbelts, or pistols, and we are scorned by the Saxons. Our indignation is great. Crown me heads. It's the secret chamber. Have you the key?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
I
who?
I spy with one eye when others they have two.
Yo!
Don't run. I'll tell you a secret about the Monster McFiles. That's me.
Catchy first name?
Mummy was a mongrel. Daddy was a mutt. No wonder she delivered such a gruesome little nut. Come on in.
Did your mother lock you in here?
Couldn't bear to look at me. Monsters should be locked up, she said. Buried deep inside the castle walls. No one to see. But they can hear me in the chapel. Listen.
That was beautiful. Kind of haunting.
That's what everybody says. Want to know a secret?
I'm not sure.
I'm not the only monster. Not the only beast within.
There's more like you. Oh, great. Where?
Come inside and I'll tell you.
You haven't seen Paula, have you?
Paula? Is she a girl about 28 years old, 5'5" with blue eyes?
Yes. Where is she?
Haven't seen her. Come on, let's play a game. 13 easy pieces. And the end, everyone looks like me. Now it's your turn.
guards. They'll need a key.
Paula, are you in here?
The secret's safe, no stone you'll find, and Scotland's treasure will still be mine!
This is called a lochaber axe. Foot soldiers used a nasty hook on the end to pull a rider off his horse. Then they chopped up poor fella up with the axe. They were trained professionals. Dinna try this at home. Angus the Dingus McFiles volunteered to test the safety of this new crossbow bolt-proof suit of armour. What a goke! Can you hear the growling of the beasties inside? Find the key or run and hide.
Andrew! I've been looking all over for you. You wouldn't believe what I've discovered.
Oh, yes, I would.
Treasure! Real Scottish treasure! Buried somewhere deep within this castle.
Treasure? Maybe. But the Scottish version might be different. I mean, look at the dinner. They called that food.
Andrew! Treasure is treasure!
And ghosts are ghosts!
McFiles, you are such a coward.
Coward? Coward? He who calls Buffalo McFiles a coward gets his head on a plaque!
Andrew, he's got a gun.
Don't worry, Paula. I don't think he can really hurt us. He's a ghost.
A ghost?
Ah!
Oh, don't scream like that, lassie. You nearly frightened the pith out of me.
Look, I'm sorry for calling you a coward, Mr. Buffalo. It's just that it seems whenever the going got tough, the McFiles got going.
Every man's demons are different. Each man has to face up to his fears.
I was once afraid of big game.
Well, I guess you showed them.
That I did. I got all the mean beasties but one.
Which one?
The beast within. Do you hear that? He wakes. Do something, Andrew.
You're the one with the gun. You do something.
This is one beastie weapons cannot touch. Don't let him get me.
It's rocking the castle walls!
It's up to you, Andrew. It's your job.
Then I quit. Come on, Paula, let's get out of here.
But the treasure!
Forget the treasure.
Scotland, where the men are men and the sheep are nervous.
Angus and Kate and Benchme went down to the river to bathe. Angus and Kate were drowned. Who do you think was saved?
I give up.
Oh, Andrew, that's easy.
I don't think you...
Pinch me. Ow!
Paula, look out!
Boil me wort. If you have a mind to see the wine cellar, you're gonna need a key.
You take the high road, and I'll take the low road, and I'll find the treasure before ye. Beneath the buried bones is where you'll find the stone, and Scotland will reign forever.
You ick! You're drunk.
As a skunk. Dunna mind, old sot. Ages and ages ago, when that German Geordie was on the throne, I went on a wee treasure hunt, I did. Alas, I took the wrong turn. But it didn't matter anyway. I wouldn't have been the poor wretch to find it.
And why is that?
No matter how much whiskey I drink, or rum I gum, 6 and 6 still makes 12.
You mean, in order for the treasure to be found...
6 and 6 must make 13. Well, now I've done it. I've hit rock bottom. Where do you think you're going? No one leaves till we've shared a drop or two.
Scared me half to death.
I was scared all to death ages ago.
Don't come near me!
How can you be frightened of a wee slip of a girl?
Because you're a 150-year-old slip of a dead girl.
Cowardly, cowardly custard, cannot eat bread and mustard.
Why is everyone calling me a coward?
Because you're a McFiles. Yellow liver to the core.
Are you a McFiles?
Sad to say. Fiona's me name, hiding me shame. When the clearances happened and the soldiers took me da, I ran and hid here.
Here in this garden?
In grandfather's crypt. Then the lid shut tight on top of me and I couldn't get out. Over a century all alone in stone on top of stone.
Oh, wait. Have you seen Paula?
Oh my, yes. Caught her digging in the garden, looking for treasure. You'll find no treasure here, I told her. For that, you had to go deep.
So where is she?
She ran. I frightened her. I couldn't help myself. She's even a bigger scaredy cat than you.
Impossible.
Follow the ladies. They'll show you the way.
Some came early, some at a late hour. All met Fergus at the door of the clock tower. Get your key.
It's my duty to warn you to turn back now.
Don't listen to him, he's got a wooden head.
A wooden head's better than no head.
What he needs is a strong heart.
When he finds the heart, the search is done.
But what'll he do till then?
Well, if he's a McFiles, he'll run or play the fool like you. You know the curse. Until 6 and 6 make 13, all McFiles will turn yellow and green.
I spy with my little eye something on him that gives the lie to that filthy curse.
Tell me! No! Tell me! No! Tell me! No! Just a hint, please.
I've got to hand it to you. When all is said and done, the number 5 can break the curse by simply adding 1.
That clock just struck 13!
I'm coming, Paula! Paula! What are you doing inside the clock?
Never mind that. Just help me. Now what?
Good question.
me block and chain me mail. The dungeon's locked. You know the rest. This hideous machine is a guillotine, a head chopper. The most famous Scottish guillotine is called the Maiden. Shee, whatever you do, don't go near it.
struck 13 and you appeared. It's a sign, it is.
If you just direct us to our car, we'll be on our way.
No turning back, no.
Okay, Andrew. I know I pushed. I heard all the talk about treasure and I got greedy. Well, I don't care anymore. I mean, who needs money? I'm tired of this castle. I don't want a treasure.
Treasure, not mere baubles. 'Tis Leah Fail, Scotland's jewel.
I don't care whose jewel this Leah is. Andrew, let's go.
King Edward the First, he was the worst. He thought he'd steal the stone. The Bruce gave it to Og, disappeared in the fog. Now it's time for the stone to go home. Do ye ken my meaning?
Not exactly, no.
Carpe diem, man!
Etzley unray.
Airway!
Airway! Now!
There's only one way out. You gotta go down.
I'm not crawling into anything that small.
We have to.
Never.
Help!
12 doors have you opened. 12 puzzles have been revealed. Put them all together now, and Andrew's fate is sealed.
Now what?
Oh God, it's locked! Open it, Fergus. Please, help.
Only Andrew, my lady, can fit this key. It's the mark of the McPhiles that'll set us free.
What is this mark everyone keeps talking about?
6 fingers on each hand. Every true McPhiles has the mark. Along with a yellow streak, of course.
That's it? That's the mark? Andrew's funny little extra pinkies?
They're not that little.
Aye, it's the mark. The mark of destiny.
After you.
No, after you.
I'll follow.
You lead.
Andrew!
Paula, I can't go in there. It's too small. You know I'm claustrophobic.
Spoken like a true McPhiles. Cowards till the end.
Andrew, it's the only way out!
Oh my God, it's filled with water and probably leeches.
Get in!
Hold your breath, my lord. We gotta swim out.
Paula, since I may never see you again, I just want to ask you one question.
Quick, Andrew! Something's crawling up my leg!
Will you marry me?
No! Not just no, but hell no!
Wait for me! Where are we?
Far beneath the castle. In the sea caves.
Paula? Where's Paula?
Help, Andrew!
Behind the door, my lord.
Grun.
Be faithless.
Unless the fates
be vain.
Stone. The sacred
Is found.
Rain! Race shall.
And prophet's voice.
The Scottish?
I don't understand.
Grun.
Be faithless. Unless the fates
Is found.
The sacred.
The Scottish?
Rain! Race shall.
Be vain.
And prophet's voice.
Stone.
Unless the fates
Be faithless.
Grun. And prophet's voice.
Be vain.
Is found.
The sacred. Stone.
The Scottish?
Race shall. Rain!
Paula! Andrew! Help!
Just try it, you little coward.
I can't, Paula. I'm sorry.
He's a coward. It's in his blood.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
12 generations of McFiles have faced me. 12 generations have failed. Against the English dragon, all of Scotland pales. You're all cowards. It's the curse of the McFiles, keepers of the sacred stone of Scone. Ha! Coward!
Andrew, you can break the curse. It's the prophecy, don't you see? The curse was to be broken when 6 and 6 make 13.
Paula, what are you talking about?
You have 6 fingers on each hand.
Yeah, so?
And you're the 13th Earl of McFiles. 6 and 6 make 13.
You're a coward like the rest.
He's right.
He's wrong. Andrew, look at yourself. For once, look at who you really are.
What?
Rise up, Andrew. My Andrew. 13th Earl of McFiles. Rise up and fight the beast.
Do it, man, and seize Scotland's treasure.
What treasure?
The stone.
That hunk of rock? Treasure?
Aye, 'tis the sweet stone of Scone, the very soul of Scotland. Slay the dragon, Andrew. Kill the beast and break the curse. Set Scotland and all the generations of McFiles free.
Death to the dragon!
Curse it, McFiles! Burn, baby, burn. Death to the last of the McFiles!
Who needs a castle anyway? The electric bill alone would have killed us.
You have to take it back, you know.
Take what back?
The stone.
You're kidding.
It's part of the legacy.
I thought we did the legacy thing. Slayed the beast within, destroyed the castle, the whole enchilada.
Ah, yes, but now the stone must go back. Give me the keys and get in.
Back where?
Over the sea to Scone.
Over the sea? Andrew, you know I don't like boats of any kind.
Don't worry, Paula. We'll fly.
No, it must be over the sea.
The prophecy is very specific about that.
This is just great. We fly all the way over here to claim your inheritance, and what do we end up with? A pile of rubble and a lousy rock to go.
Not just any rock, Paula. This is the Stone of Scone.
I know. Well, the only good thing about this whole mess is we're free of those disgusting ghosts. 12 rotting losers. I say good riddance.